So it starts all over again.
There's the view inside the cockpit with Alan Grice in the Roadways Commodore. Just ahead of him on the grid is Peter Brock, and on pole position for the restart of the great race is George Fury in the Nissan Turbo. Up a bit.
Everybody's caught the fever now. It couldn't possibly happen. Maybe one or two will exercise a little more care this time.
10 seconds away from the start of the 1984 Great Race, Part 2. They're racing and getting away smartly as Peter Brock on the outside. Fury left the start completely, and Johnson ranges up on the inside to take over second place as they run to the first corner. Tagging him is Alan Grice, and then Fury getting into stride. The BMW is out wide, and then John Hardie making a good start as well as they stream up Mountain Straight. And there's the view of the entire field as it heads off for the first time up to the mountain and towards GTX Bend. Over the top and dropping down to the lip, it's Peter Brock in front, Johnson in second, Grice is third, and look at the challenge on back behind them, the black BMW and Alan Moffat already putting pressure there.
Through GTX Bend, coming uphill now, and it's a steep climb up towards the cutting into second gear now, moving up to third. Brock in front, the 05 Commodore Johnson goes through in second place, then Alan Grice. George Fury, boy, is he going to be disappointed about this restart, because he got away really well first time round off pole position, but on the restart blew it badly and is in fourth spot. Alan Moffat hard on his heels in the RX-7. Over the top they come, sweeping through Castrol Curve onto the top of the mountain. Hear the crowd roar. Past Reed Park, on down to McPhillamy, take the left-hand curve. And the top three have opened up just a little bit of a gap over the rest. Brock leading them onto Skyline. Down, off the top they go. Through the dipper into the S's. Line astern. Nobody gets wide here and survives. Jansen, Cullen, McLeod. Through they stream. The big Ford of Brian Callaghan in there as well.
Through Forest Elbow and for the first time down Conrod Straight.
And here they come. They'll be looking for speeds of 260 kilometres an hour or more. Peter Brock, Dick Johnson go by. There's Alan Grice now. Fury and Moffat. Into the braking section, down through the gears, and Brock is first on the first lap. Coming behind him, though, is Dickie Johnson.
2 minutes 20.27, the standing lap time for Peter Brock.
Across the strike, Harvey still up on the tail of Moffat, and Fury keeping the pressure on as well. In fact, Fury gaining a little on Grice. There's the race leader, Peter Brock, heading up Mountain Straight again, as Dick Johnson not that far back behind him at the green Palmer Tube Mills Falcon. They drop into this lip before they head up to GTX corner. About 2 car lengths the distance from Brock to Johnson, 5 then back to Alan Grice. And the steep climb up towards the mountain. Just look at the climb now, and they are under full pressure and power. And we join Dick Johnson with race cam following the race leader in second position at the moment, and we'll follow him across the top of the mountain. There's Brock just ahead of him.
Great pictures coming out of the 17 Falcon. And listen to that deep-throated roar of the engine. The big V8 as he sets out in pursuit of Moffat. And I'll tell you what, he's going to have to pull something out because Moffat is moving away. Brock, rather, is moving away. Moffat, of course, back in fourth spot in the Mazda RX-7. Grice, hot on Dickie Johnson's tail, in third place. But the Dayglow pink and white Commodore of Peter Brock is up front. Look at the hands working at the wheel. Dick Johnson throwing the big car down off the top of the mountain through the S's, heading down to Forest Elbow once more. And in pursuit of the race leader, Peter Brock. And Brock is exactly where I think he'd like to be.
Dick Johnson settling himself back into the chair, and those hands sitting in the 10-2 position, and lines himself up on the left-hand side of Conrod Straight in pursuit of Peter Brock.
After 3 laps, Brock and Perkins lead from the Johnson French car. Moffat is in 3rd place, then Grice in 4th, Fury in 5th. Brock at this stage with a good lead, which he's building up as he comes down Conrod Straight towards Murray's Corner. Through the gears, beaten for pole position by George Fury. But in front and getting a big reception here from obviously many thousands of Commodore fans at the mountain today.
Inside the left front headlight of the BMW, driven by Denny Hulme and Prince Leopold of Bavaria. Oh, what a sight this is. Hello, he's had a bit of a nudge himself. Up goes the cover. Here's a nudge.
Car number 75, that's Laurie Hazelton, who is up at the top of the mountain.
Now, how did they manage to get stuck in there against that?
Oh, yes.
That's how it happened.
A little tap on the side, then Hazelton, the Capri, comes heading across, and boom! Chris Hire meets him, going through, and he's against the guardrail. That was bad luck indeed for Hire. He was the meat in the sandwich, so to speak.
That spot there, of course, is absolutely blind to the drivers coming off the top of the mountain. They cannot see until they're right on it, but fortunately, of course, there is a big set of flashing amber lights set up right on the crest at Skyline that warns drivers of impending trouble, and so yeah, both of them are out of the way. That's great. Grice and Harvey side by side. There goes Harves. He's got by him. And Fury is also making ground again now. He's right in behind Alan Grice. Whether or not he can take him up the mountain, I rather doubt. Grice, oh, he's attempting to reel Harvey in again, but there's slower traffic coming up on the left. Harvey takes advantage of it. Quite right. Grice on his hammer. Coming up to GTX. They'll slow down here. Grice tries to get under. Almost alongside, but Harvey says, no, you don't. Grice cannot afford to hesitate a fraction here because he's got George Fury right behind him, and across the top of the mountain it's going to be pretty quick.
Now through the cutting. And Grice. Can he catch this man Harvey? Both the Commodores of the Holden dealer team running so well. Grice, who was running brilliantly himself early in the week, looked like he might be the man to sit on pole position, but he was pipped by a couple.
Well, Grice and Johnson have got a similar view at the moment, haven't they? Johnson running in behind Peter Brock, Grice running in behind John Harvey.
And they're coming up on the Group A BMW, which they'll catch up shortly down through this section of the course. Grice closes up here on Harvey.
And he's got his eye in the rearview mirror as well, because Fury in the Nissan Bluebird is parked right in behind him. He'll breathe a little easier when he hits Conrod Straight, of course. He'll have the legs down there.
Through Forest Elbow, we'll see if Grice can make on Harvey as they come onto Conrod Straight.
Theoretically, their speed should be pretty well identical over the first hump, and Grice just can't seem to make much impression on Harvey. Gathering him in a little, pulls out to the right. Slipstreaming him obviously before. Has he got enough to go past under brakes? No, he's got to back off as they negotiate Murray's Corner.
This is a real contest, isn't it? Great stuff.
Grice still sitting here on the tail, but he'll have a crack at Harvey on the run up.
Fury!
Oh, Fury is brilliant. Them.
Harvey's off.
Harvey has gone off on the right-hander, bounced off the wall. Fury arrived, excuse me boys, and he went through the pair of them.
Well, I don't know whether they came together there or not, but it was a brilliant maneuver by Fury.
Was it co-engineered with Alan Grice, I think?
We're back with Grice, panning out the back to see if we can spot John Harvey catching. We might take a look and see exactly what happened. Here we were, travelling behind Harvey. Now, Harvey's got the line for the corner, then all of a sudden...
There's Fury.
Oh, George through the tail. And he was sideways. Yeah, that's thrown Grice offline. And to say nothing about John Harvey.